Hey guys, ST here. So, we had another episode of Game of Thrones, and a lot of stuff happened. It was pretty action packed. There was still a lot of talking, and my notes are definitely a lot shorter than the last couple of weeks, even though it was over a full hour long. But I've been not taking as detailed notes lately, so hopefully I remember everything that happened in the in-between of my notes. But either way, here we go. So again, we had the previously on, and then we went straight into credits, no cold open. And then we opened on a shot of crashing waves, which, since I've started taking these notes, things like that start to stick out to me. I think this is the third open that we've had where it's a focus on crashing waves. So I don't know if that's symbolism or if that's just kind of, lots of water around. So we're going to show the water. It looks good. And then we go from there. We're at Dragon Rock and Dragonstone. Yes, we are at Dragonstone, not Dragon Rock. It's Casterly Rock, Dragonstone. Jon Snow has just landed. Something occurred to me. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. So I forgot to turn off the alarm again. Went and turned that off real quick so it wouldn't interrupt me in mid-sentence. Yay! Anyway, so Jon Snow had just landed, and he's greeted at the shore by Tyrion and Missandei, I want to say is how you pronounce her name. I don't know. I'm terrible with the names. You'll see that fairly soon. I'm trying to write them down as I go along to help me remember them. Not helping much. So he's greeted at the shore. They welcome him. They ask for the weapons, and of course everyone's kind of like, yeah, I'm not so sure. And but yeah, they give up their weapons and they start heading to Casterly Rock, Dragonstone. Casterly Rock comes up later in the show. Spoiler alert. So they start walking, and Tyrion and Jon are, exchanging backhanded compliments, joking around, reuniting basically. They liked each other the last time they had seen each other, so this was not that big a deal to them. And as they're walking along, dragons fly overhead and make everyone who's never seen a dragon hit the dirt like a mofo, while the rest of them just kind of look at them like, yeah, it's just some dragons, guys. What are you all upset about? So they make their way into the castle. Meanwhile, we see Varys, the spider guy, the bald, sneaky guy. He comes up on the Red Priestess, Melisandre. But yeah, he comes up on her, and she's hanging out on top of a cliff because she's trying to avoid Jon Snow because they didn't part on the best of terms, and she wants not to accidentally get run through by a sword. So she's hiding out, and of course, bald spider guy is all like, well, why are you hiding up here? And she won't tell him. So then we spend a whole sequence pretty much on this one section of the story, which is pretty surprising given all the back and forth we've had in previous episodes. But so we get to where Jon Snow is meeting with Daenerys Targaryen. And of course she's demanding that he bend the knee, and he's just kind of like, yeah, no, I'm not really going to do that. And she's insisting, well, your grandfather swore an oath to my grandfather or father or somebody that, they would always swear fealty into perpetuate, whatever, I don't know. Lots of big words. It's late at night. I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed. I just want to get this done, guys. Long story short, Jon's refusing to bend the knee because he's like, I don't know you, and I need help with stuff, so I can't spend my time sitting here arguing with you about it. And so she's like, okay, fine. What do you need help with? Because, you're talking crazy here. And he attempts to tell them about the White Walkers and the Army of the Dead and the Night King, and of course she thinks he's crazy because it sounds crazy. But you would think for somebody who has a bunch of dragons, she'd be a little more accepting of things that you've never heard of before. So he's trying to, he's trying to talk her into that. And his Onion Knight, God, why am I bad with names? Why am I so bad with names? The Onion Knight, the guy with the stubby fingers, he starts standing up for Jon Snow. He's like, hey, this dude, he didn't have to come here. He didn't have to come here and beg you for help, but he did, and he's doing it. And, all he wants to do is protect his people, and he did this, and he did that. And he starts alluding to how Jon died on behalf of his people, and Jon just shoots him a look like, dude, shut up. Which, of course, everyone notices, because that's really, really apparent. The dude shut up look is very obvious when it's not done by someone who knows how to do it properly, and Jon Snow is not somebody who can be secretive at all. So, of course, now they're all curious about what do you mean, knife through the heart for your people? That's weird. So, Spider Guy comes back in, he whispers something to Daenerys, and she pretty much dismisses Jon and Onion Guy, telling them, go rest up. And Jon's like, well, am I a prisoner here? And she says, not yet. So they have to go hang out. So, yeah. After they're gone, basically Daenerys gets told that all of her ships got attacked and, the Greyjoys disappeared and the Snakes are probably dead or, captured and that just didn't go well. So she's understandably upset about that. So then we cut to Theon being pulled out of the water by the few ships of theirs that remain. Like, there's only 2 or 3 ships that manage to get away. And he's trying to pretend like, oh yeah, I did my best. I tried to save my sister. And the people who pulled him out are not buying it. They're like, yeah, if you had tried, you wouldn't be here right now. You probably would have been killed off, so don't give us that BS. We know you didn't do jack shit. And then we cut to Uncle Greyjoy leading his niece and the 2 snakes through the streets of King's Landing, which is a throwback to when Cersei was led through the streets of King's Landing. And I'm pulling tape off of stuff as I'm talking here. Because the mobs are very, rowdy, and they don't care who's being marched through the streets. They're gonna boo you and spit on you and throw stuff at you, because that's entertainment in these trying times. So they get marched all the way through, and Uncle Greyjoy presents his prizes, the, Snake Mother and the one remaining daughter, to Cersei, saying, hey, here's your gift. You know what I want. And Cersei's like, you will get what you want. You will get exactly what you want once we win this war. So he's like, okay, fine, whatever. Excuse me. So then Cersei takes the 2 snakes down, the sand snakes down to the dungeons and chains them up, and goes on this whole long thing about, the Snake Mother killing off Cersei's only daughter, and how terrible that was, and how she spent so much time trying to think about what she would do to her. And basically she does the exact same thing that was done to her daughter, which is she puts on poisonous lipstick and she kisses the one remaining snake daughter, and then takes the antidote herself and tells Snake Mom, you're gonna get to sit here, you're gonna watch your daughter die, and then you're gonna watch her decompose, and you're gonna spend the rest of your life down here, and if you try to not eat so that you can die sooner, we're just gonna stuff food down your throat. And you're gonna sit here and you're gonna watch, your daughter decay and fall apart. Bye-bye, have fun. And then she leaves. So, of course, that's a very sad, nerve-wracking moment there. And she goes immediately from that to finding Jaime sitting in his little room, and she proceeds to boink him. If you've forgotten, Jaime is her twin brother. So, yeah, Cersei's just really high on her, I'm starting to win, I'm starting to get back with all these people who hurt me bit. And now that she's queen, she doesn't care who knows, because while Jaime's laying there, someone comes, while they're laying in the afterglow, sleeping, whatever, butt naked, someone comes and knocks on the door, and Cersei goes and answers it, and nothing more than, a little covering robe, and Jaime's obviously laying naked in bed, and the person who answers the door to give her a message about, some guy from Bravos, the Bank of Bravos, showing up. she sees Jaime, and Cersei's like, I don't care, I'm queen now. They can say whatever they want to say. It doesn't matter. Interesting thing. This attendant has the exact same hairstyle that Cersei has now. So apparently, either by order or by choice, everyone's starting to adopt the queen's new, short-haired pixie style cut. So then Cersei goes and sits with the Bank of Bravos, who's basically telling her, we want to invest in the right group. Why should we invest in you? We could invest in Daenerys. And Cersei talks them into backing her. She says, you can stay here for a fortnight. Those of you who don't know what a fortnight is, that's 14 days, I want to say. 2 weeks, fortnight. Stay here for a fortnight, and by the end of it, our debts will be paid in full. Which dude agrees to. Then we cut to Jon and Tyrion talking. More Jon's standing out on the cliff brooding, and Tyrion comes out to brood, and he makes a comment about how he came out to brood, but it's unfair because Jon's out there brooding already, and Jon just does the whole brooding thing better than he does, and makes him look like a failure at brooding, and blah, blah, blah. I love Tyrion. I really enjoy things he says and stuff he talks about. But anyway, so they start discussing things, and Tyrion's attempting to explain to Jon why everyone's backing Daenerys, and yeah, because Tyrion believes in Daenerys. He also believes in Jon, so he's just like, I'll try to get you back, dude. So then Tyrion goes to talk to Daenerys. So Jon explains to Tyrion what it is that they really need, and Tyrion goes to talk to Daenerys and says, basically, I'm sitting on a cable here. Explains basically what they really need is dragonglass. They need dragonglass. We're sitting on a big mountain, dragonglass. Let them take some dragonglass back to their people, or be a sign of faith on your part that you want to help their cause. They can make weapons out of it and use it to defeat the White Walkers and whatnot. So, do I get it? Oh yeah. Daenerys does agree to that. She agrees to let Jon mine the dragonglass, and she agrees to send troops with them to help fight the White Walkers. So it's very much a really good moment. Jon meets up with Daenerys outside, standing outside. Everyone stands outside. I guess because there's no such thing as snipers in this world, so it doesn't matter if I go stand out in the middle of an easily picked off spot. But yeah, so she tells Jon all that, and Jon's just really, really happy about it, really excited. And then we go to where Sansa is doing her leadership thing back at Winterfell. She's, giving orders about, do this for food, do this with the armor, we need to be prepared for this if this happens and that if that happens. And she's doing a really good job, because Sansa's pretty damn smart. I mean, she played dumb for a while, and she probably was kind of idealistic and not... She's always been smart, she just hasn't been very knowledgeable. And she's definitely got the knowledge now, and she's using the knowledge. So she's going around, instructing everyone in Winterfell, and Littlefinger's trying to, fill her ear with everything like he normally does. And while that's happening, people are like, oh, Lady Sansa at the gate. And they come to the gate, and it's Bran! Yay! Finally, Bran's been reunited with his family. And Sansa is attempting to tell him that, you're the true Lord of the North because, you're our father's true-born son. And Bran's like, yeah, no, don't even, I'm the three-eyed raven now. Don't get me involved in your little attempt to one-up on Jon or anything. Whatever Sansa was trying there, because I don't know. It's weird. I mean, I don't get that whole relationship, probably because I never grew up in the time frame where bastards were considered to be just lesser people. And I have half siblings of my own, but I don't consider them like not really related to me. They're still related to me. I still love them as much as I do full-blooded siblings. And look at my hair. My hair's doing weird things. Oh. Anyway, so I don't really get that whole animosity between, my father's trueborn children or whatever. But yeah, Bran basically tells her, no, I can't do that. I'm the three-eyed raven now. I can see everything. I can see everyone. I know what's happening. Hey, I'm really sorry about what happened to you. You did You did good though, surviving that night, which totally makes sense and uncomfortable, and she leaves Bran there. So then we move on to Jorah, who has apparently been cured of his grayscale. Yay! Go Sam! And Sam's reward for having cured Jorah is to copy a bunch of moldy scrolls, but at least he's not being punished for it, because apparently this is a procedure that much more experienced maesters have tried in the past and no one's ever really been able to succeed, but here Sam managed to succeed. So Jorah is going to leave now and go find Daenerys. He didn't think he'd ever be cured, but he's been cured, so yay, he's ready to go. Let's see, Sam not in trouble. Oh yeah, okay, so then we cut to Daenerys being told about, bad things that have been happening, and Daenerys is thinking, well, I can go destroy Uncle Greyjoy's ships with the dragons. I'll just find out where they are. I'll, fly on my dragons. And everyone's like, no. You cannot just go flying around on your dragons. Someone will pick you off with an arrow, because, snipers may not be a thing, but arrow guys are. But yeah, we can't let you just fly around with your dragons and do that. Here's what's going on right now. We're sending our guys to Castle Rock, and they're going to try and get in, up the walls and that sort of thing, but of course that's going to be near to impossible. However, luckily, Tyrion always had a secret underground tunnel for bringing in his prostitutes, and so they're going to use that to get into Castle Rock. And they're going to kill everyone in Castle Rock, and they will win. Ta-da! But as they're doing that, Grey Worm is with that group, and he realizes there's not as many people here as they thought there were going to be. So they look out over the ocean, and they see that Uncle Greyjoy's ships have shown up and are now destroying their armada. Oh shit. And when they ask the dying soldiers where the rest of their army are, excuse this noise, I'm just trying to get some residual tape stuff off. I'm multitasking. Where the rest of the soldiers are, that's when we cut to the Lannister army marching on Highgarden. Whole snap, they went ahead and they took Highgarden. So they take Highgarden, and they find, the grandmother there. And Jaime tells her, hey, yeah, Cersei was planning on doing all sorts of terrible things to you for your treachery, your betrayal. But I talked her out of it. So here's what we're going to do. He's poured some glasses of wine, he put some poison in it, and he offers it to her. And she's like, is it going to hurt? And he says, nah, I made sure of that. Because this is Jaime. Jaime's a halfway decent guy. I mean, he's got a mean streak in him. I mean, who shoves a kid out of a window just for spotting you banging your sister? Call back to first episode, I think, too. So she drinks the poison, and she's like, you know what? It was me. I killed Joffrey. Haha, he died. I didn't think he was going to go like that because I'd never seen the poison work before, but my bad. Let Cersei know I want her to know it was me. And of course, Jaime's all not happy because Joffrey's death put off a lot of things into motion that they would not be in the position they're in now had Joffrey not died, and Cersei blamed Tyrion and Sansa and all sorts of other stuff that went on. And there's not a whole lot he can do. There's probably a part of him that's like, oh snap, I wish we had really tortured you to death, old lady. But she's already drinking the poison and she's about to die. We don't actually see her die. I don't think. I mean, there's no leaning back in her chair at the last moment or anything like that. Jeremy just gets up and storms out. So they took Highgarden, and what do we got? Oh, drank poison and made a Joffrey. And that's pretty much the end of the episode. So we are now left with Highgarden has been taken. I don't know what the army of Highgarden, where they went. I think Highgarden was financing all this stuff. Castle Rock is taken by Daenerys' group, but they might not be able to hold it for very long because all their ships are now being burned to ash by Uncle Greyjoy. We've got groups coming. Oh no, I was thinking they were coming towards Dragonstone, but that's because they were actually going to Highgarden. Winterfell is fine, and Castle Rock's been taken, and yeah, so it's not looking good for our good guys, if we consider them good guys. Next week's episode doesn't look like it's really going to be addressing the White Walkers at all. I'm wondering if that's going to be saved for the end of the season, which I still think this is supposed to be the final season. But either way, that's it. Nobody really important has died yet. And we'll just move on from there. So if you liked it, like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you want to hear, what you want to see in the future. Suggest shows to me. It's really hard to sum up and recap Game of Thrones without me writing down an entire transcript, just because they talk about so much stuff. Hopefully it gets more exciting later on. Until next time, this is me, SD out. Bye! So tired.